All right. Should be live now. Let me refresh the thing. Stream announcement went out on, excuse me, on the stream Discord. What about the other one? Excuse me. Again. Excuse me. While I'm waiting, if we're off to a good start. Hey now. Let me join it, I guess. All right. Hold your ears. Let me, hey Nick. I went ahead, I was playing with something earlier, but I reverted it so that I could get, John's water in here. So let me throw it back in, if that works. Oh, it looks different. Hey, coding and caffeine. We've got some unexpected water over here. Hey, Skeeter. we may have water in weird places. Oh no, it disappeared. Good. Good job. Yeah. Yeah, I looked at it and it disappeared. It's like magic. It's voodoo. Alright, so while we're looking at that, let me also throw the thing I was playing around with a second ago in here. Whoops. Spoiler. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit for you guys. Let me know if it's too loud. Been watching a lot of legal streams in the last week or so, and some of my favorite people. Oh, our lawyer's actually been on one of the more popular ones. It's a bunch of lawyers all together. But it was kind of cool to see Rick there. Anyway, it's nice to see that other people have to do audio checks and struggle with audio and stuff as well. So let me go back up here and throw this thing in here. Oops. Yeah. This music has been getting me pretty excited. A lot of it's got a really nice kind of 80s vibe. We'll do another one right here. And rotate them a bit. A man! Yes, it's a man. With a robe. Yeah, so we just got in last night, this morning. Yeah, so we just got our dude in, and it's completely not set up properly, but I still wanted to see it. And there'll be a lot of animation work for us to experiment with, but one of the things we want to do is put a little bit of a clothy cloth sort of sim or whatever in there. It is rigged. It came to us rigged with a placeholder anim, but you know, I usually let the professionals handle that, so I haven't screwed with it yet. Nick said, I was listening to Final Fantasy VII OST in a different sound font. That's a specific MIDI device, and the synths they use made me think of you and how much you like it. Is that something that's recorded in that manner? Nick, would that be something I could actually listen to, or is it specific to something you're doing on your end? Cool. All right, so we got these placeholders here. And let's go and hit play in a minute, and we'll look at the water that the Pilgrim one put in here, and then we'll look at these guys with some lighting and stuff. So even though like I said, I just tossed them in, so if anything looks weird, it's probably my fault. Could be quite expensive. Yeah, I mean, we'll be looking at that. I mean, we'll try a couple things. If we get it in and it looks janky, though there's a lot that we could do to probably work on it. Ollie's got some examples that he likes that I think he's going to be using as the basis that looked pretty cool when he showed them. We'll look at it. We'll see how expensive it is. We'll see whether or not we like the style. We'll see if we like the style relative to our style, right? Because that's a whole nother thing. And we'll go from there. And if it's not good, then we'll maybe try some animation where it's, you know, pretty clearly animated, right? Which can, I think, still look good with, you know, the style that we're taking. We'll see how that goes. And then if nothing works, then we'll just, you know, regroup.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Phil, what is going on, dude? Every time you pop in here, I think of that evening in Chardock and how much fun it was. Want to see these guys? Whoa, I'm moving too fast. Calm down, buddy. Maximize it. Get in my belly. I should move them over into better lighting. It's pretty dark over here. Just working. I kind of, and this is a very selfish wish, but I kind of wish all you Americans were locked down and working from home so you could hang out with me. We could all hang out here. But I know. That wouldn't be good. Hey, James. People looking things in the game indeed. All right, so let me move them real quick to a little bit better lighting, and then we'll go look at some water. We'll see that in some different lighting. Come on, you two. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss rolling out of bed and walking 2 feet as my commute to work. Yeah. I think a few people feel that way. What? Darn it. Oh, can I forget how these work. I can't grab that. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something obvious wrong. Every time I do it wrong too. Alright, there we go. Every time I do it, people let me know and I don't understand it. Yep. Thanks, Shawn. Yeah, I thought I had it. I just didn't look up the hierarchy enough and I didn't look for the Tetris block. Maybe we'll give him a slight little... Cool. Alright. Hit save. Let's get back in. I've been working from home for 15 years now. Home being various spots around the globe. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Are you, or were you one of those early... Oops. I should probably double click this. Are you one of those early like technomads? Is your position tool on center pivot? Top left, there's an option to change it. Oh, I don't know. Right on, golden gloves. Had someone told me to not sell all of my Bitcoin in 2013 or 14, then I would be a technomad as well. A very retired one. Because I was... That kind of triggered a whole line of thinking during that period. Of like, oh, maybe it'd be nice to be location independent or whatever it's called. If it's on pivot and the pivot of the model is at its feet, you can really quickly place it on the ground. So what do I need to... You said top left, there's an option to change it. Okay. I'm assuming it's that thing. We'll try that and see if it screws me up when I go to do the very little bit that I'm doing in here at the moment. You can't see the top of my Unity. Oh, it's a fair point. Let me see if I... Okay, I don't need it for this one. Basically, if I'm going to be in certain tools, I went ahead and cut off the screen so that you couldn't see the top of it for security reasons. But in here, it doesn't matter. So I will do that. But yeah, I clicked the thing. Yeah, you don't. But yeah, I clicked the dealie. Golden Glove said, I think about all the Bitcoin and Doge I sold before 2017. I went to sleep tonight. Yeah, so I got in back when it was $15 and had intended to buy a lot more than I bought. I think I only had like 250 or so. And I proceeded to sell them throughout that year. Yeah. Because who could believe that it'd ever be worth more? But it was a really good lesson. I don't dwell on it. I have tried to learn from it. Hands are kind of weird, but that may be something I did. Let me go buy some food. Yeah, I think it was early 2017 is when I got the crypto bug again. I'd been reading a bunch of random IT newsletters out of a couple places where they have a lot of unbanked folks, and so that got me interested in things again. At the time, it was like Ethereum and Monero, and I quickly started getting really interested in Stellar and Ripple, just because the use case to me seems like, especially for the price at the time, is kind of a no-brainer, and the use case seems like it's either inevitable or it'll clearly just sort of like, all right, there's a better means of addressing that use case. So bundled scraps, I'll give that to him. Got myself another rare item coupon. I'll destroy it. We don't need them. Some of the rares in the dungeon should drop rare item coupons and not so rare item coupons when we're in there. Oh, well, I'm wandering off. I'm like staring at a rat and wandering off instead of going and checking out the water. John, have you synced up the waves to the sound yet? Did a sound in the waves match? '17 is when you get the bug again as well. Touch the stuff you hadn't gotten back in. Yeah. So you mean like the lessons learned, or you mean the coins that you haven't gotten back since? Oh no, that'd be 2014. I'm wondering if you're part of the MT Gawk case. We'll have to keep tweaking the painterly look. Oh man, I'm almost out of Fisherman's Friends. I move sold stuff around when I should just let it sit. Never trust a third party like Empty Gox. Feel bad for those that got burnt though. Well, the case just got resolved. Not gonna lie, I had a little bit sitting there. Look at the reflections down here. Oh man, visibility is sketchy at the moment. Hopefully some good resolution with the case. We'll see. They just basically oh, that's interesting. Is that a new bug? What is that? Am I drowning? I am drowning. Oh no. No problem. Yeah. There's a lot of these though that I'm like guilty of missing or whatever. I've been trying to get better at going through and reading the bug database and feels realistic that the visibility goes down that much in water. Yeah, it's fair. Hey, bunny. Hey, Scorn. Gonna make the river in the back of the zone flow a bit too. Oh, okay, we'll run down there and take a look. Golden gloves. I'll see if I can mess around with the camera next time I'm in. Let's go look at these fellows over here. Is it Boots of Speed? Yeah. How you been, Scorn? Literally live at work half the week? You brought your cat? Well, as long as you can bring your cat, that's pretty cool. Alright. Let's illuminate this. Gorn, did you see our update? Nice. Ooh, I can use invisibility and run down there. Maybe I won't get attacked. And I forgot that I can summon my own food and drink. Alright, so I'll get loaded up. Let me get invisibility as well. And then we'll go explore real quick. With my boots of speed on. Yeah, alrighty. What the fudge? I swear I didn't do anything. I swear I didn't do anything. I look up and Nick's like, "What did you do?" What me, man? You did kill my game, Ollie. I'm getting on the forums and complaining. This is poor customer service. Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait. You forgot I was streaming? I thought only I did that. Excuse me. Oh, man. Holly waits for no streamers. It's true. Our policy is to make sure servers are stable only when someone famous is streaming. Alright, well then I'm hosed. I'm hosed. Do you not see the beanie and the glasses? You don't know? I could be very famous. That's a weird thought, right? Like, not to get ahead of ourselves, but at some point Ko's gonna see what we're making and probably fall madly in love. And then what's gonna happen to cozy little conversations like this? Can we get lore hints or sneak peeks? So there's gonna be a couple things going on the lore front. We're gonna put together some. We're gonna put together a nice package of lore for the proof of concept that reveals. It gives information without spilling all the beans. You'll start to see it come into the gameplay more and more. And then, yeah, we're gonna be careful. We want to give enough information about the world and the history that you can make your decision and be interested in it. But there's a lot that we want you just to discover. rather than, you know, it's not a story-driven game. It's a place with interesting history that we explore and learn about. But yeah, we had a really fun lore conversation to wrap up the sort of first pass of locking in the timeline yesterday. It was Bunny and Hamad and me going through for like another 3-hour session. You lied. Seems building is taking a while for some reason. No worries. I'll just pop in here so folks have something to look at in the background. So we're doing a couple things at the moment. We're basically locking down that timeline because it feeds into basically it justifies or rationalizes a lot of our decisions with regards to player races origins and different origins for different creature types, and anyway it becomes a solid basis for us to draw from so that things are internally consistent once we get going. So we just wrapped that up. One of the next things that we're doing is coming through and doing a full redesign of Night Harbor, and not just the first zone. We'll basically be designing all 3 of the city zones. Decisions made. It's going to be easier to build it for realsies. Pool ladies, by the way. Okay. And then firming up cast of characters. We've already got good understanding of a couple of the key factions in this area, but we'll freshen that up and then basically get in a mode where we're implementing a fair bit of content in a not too distant future, even if it's all front loaded and needs to be rearranged as the city comes online. So, and we may show some of the steps that we're taking in redesigning the city. I think that process will be safe. And then we'll do some streams where we talk lore and lore process. You'll get to meet Hamad as well as part of that, I think. So that'd be pretty cool. I think he's going to be a good guy to do some streaming as well, because he's got a very cool room in the background, and he's also really good at explaining his thought process on it. Speaking of, just added him to the theme section of the website. Did some updates on the website today. We'll look at that while we're waiting on a build and stuff. Takes a while to build an entire ocean. Funny, what'd you just say? For some reason I get the feeling that all the people who ask about lore will not actually care if it's there or not when playing a game. Oh, such a pessimist. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I'm actually shocked and in awe of how much people understand about EverQuest lore and how much people care about it. Let me bring up the website. Yeah. All right. So I'm not 100% happy with the formatting, but oddly, we're using Squarespace. So it couldn't do exactly what I wanted it to do, but so it'll be okay. So I replaced the old images that were up here. Just to, you know, because it's a little bit better. And then that was it there, but let's go to team. That's why we came over here. All right, so I think I've got everybody up now. Folks provided their bios. And then Hamad. But I like it. He's been playing and creating adventures for tabletop role-playing games for well over 35 years. Love it. I did put a little note on here. If you happen to be a video editor, hit me up. And then image section. Illustrations, so ham stuff. Are you the only one that didn't write yours? Probably. I don't know. I thought Nick did a first pass on like everybody's back in the day. And then we just tweaked them. But more recent people have just been like, please write your own bio. So, work in progress. So I may have written yours then, Bunny. So basically all of the art that was in the newsletter / update, and I put in along with all the other stuff as well, and I reordered it so that it kind of goes back chronologically a little bit. Your bio is super light right now, Ollie, and you need to fix it. Young man. You need to update it with information about your crazy farming and everything else. Yeah, so stuff's here. We'll put more in here as we go. And then the best ones that we're loving will maybe showcase in the front carousel. Screenshots? Anything new in here? Yeah, I put in these latest too. We'll have to make more screenshots. So while we're playing, feel free to make more screenshots. Is the server still down, Ollie? Bubonic Blade? Absolutely. Here is the website. It's got an FAQ on it as well. We haven't updated it, but it's not severely out of date. But we'll definitely be updating it. Will this be subscription based? Yes. That is the plan. It's subscription based. You can purchase nothing in game unless you're purchasing it for in-game currency or hard work. And we hope to milk all of that microtransaction money out of you by providing you with cool merchandise options and things that you can buy out of game, so you can look cool and make us your lifestyle. But you're not gonna, you'll earn the stuff in game. Yeah. And then we're hoping that in exchange for us leaving that money on the table, that you tell all of your friends and family and everybody else that may like this type of game and bring them in. Yeah, it's a different vibe. Understand why other games do it, and you know, it's all good, but we're gonna take a different approach. Space Ducks, thank you for the follow. I feel like there's something weird with pay to win real life merch. Yeah. Pay to look cool. Oh wait, it's also I need a max. I guess first on the merch agenda should be a black beanie and jean jacket iron on patches. Jean jacket iron on patch is going to be badass. But that's going to be one where we're going to have to really get it done up right. The pickles are going on strike. They're moving into the pickle plane. Space Ducks, thank you very much. I like your message. Space Duck said, "Hey there, your channel came up on my recommended feed while I was watching another game dev. I grew up with old school World of Warcraft and RuneScape, so when I saw you were making a classic style indie MMO, I had to give a follow. Keep up the good work." Very cool of you. Please actually have Plane of Pickles. We may. Why not? Dill the Destroyer. Oh man. Bread and butter ring event. I think there was a discussion at one point about keeping the pickles around for a secret room. Yeah, that'll be easy. Hey, Zukin. M&M brand relish. That just made me think of the M&M. There's like an M&M ad or series of ads. I guess it turned into a meme where they're always like eating other M&Ms. There's the one with the caramel where they're ripping them apart and it's like caramel is dripping out of them. Really brutal. I think that's a real ad. I don't think it's just a meme. So I just threw these guys in here and I don't know if the actual materials and stuff are set up properly. I just really wanted to see it in game, even if it was improper. There was a question earlier, Ollie, about the expense of us going dynamic with the cloth. And I could have sworn that we said we were going to play around with it and see if it worked. You had shown the cool videos of the cloth in some other game or games. So. And then if it doesn't work, then we can just animate it. Is the idea for music going to be real world symphony or MIDI style? Be real. I'm assuming it's going to be more real world. That's going to be one of those things we're going to have to debate, and it's one of those areas where I really want to be flaky. Like if we had a giant bag of money, my goal would be for us to make a soundtrack that we like. Generally speaking, like approach the soundtrack in a way that we like it, and then have like 6 versions of it. So, I don't know. It's one of those areas we'll have to discuss it. Nick is an actual trained music person, so we'll be leaning on him for a bit of the legitimate technical understanding, and then I'll be around to splash in a little bit of synth and weirdness, and then Ollie will be there to push for a very dynamic music system a la Breath of the Wild. And we'll see what we land at. And everybody else on the team can chime in as well, but I'm just speaking to the known preferences or... Maybe the Plane of Pickles is a rave plane. Man, I am so ready to get this guy in here. Next month, we'll be focusing more on this, right, Ollie? Did you miss the Sleek Folk preview already? The art for them looked so good. No, you didn't. We this is the first thing that we've had modeled up so far. Though I do think there's another material under here. Again, I don't necessarily know what the hell I'm doing, but I could have sworn he's got because the face is part of the other material. So if I go here, that's not it. Oh, that's scary. Oh, geez. Freaking Spectre. I bet you Zoo can take the mesh, slap some paint on this thing, and we've already got two more models. Yeah, and it should be pieced up in a way. I don't know. Sword and Board, did you see the bit of art showing sort of how it's all pieced together? So hood on, hood off, all of that stuff. Bunny said, been playing a lot of Go Wars later. It has made me not really a fan of Jeremy Stoll music anymore. Feels too flimsy. So in my opinion, not sound like that. What's nice about EQ's music, it feels warm and hearty. Yeah. There we go. Voila. Reveal. Sounded like it may or may not be out of the question to get a previous guest to help out with the music. It is absolutely a thing worth following up on. That's interesting. Wonder if it's just because of something I did, or... It looks a lot lower res than I would expect, given this. Yep. Caffeine, it is Uh-oh, Ollie said, here's the thing, if the zone starts crashing. Sorry, I've done a lot of changes today. No worries. Do I need to grab anything else? Oh. Alright, well we can do this while we're here. Let me make these gizmos go away. Distracting. Laura Cartman did a great job with EQ2's track. And then Zukin responded with EQ2 music is amazing. I bought the soundtrack on CD. And I never buy soundtrack. We can listen to it in a minute. How about that? We haven't listened to some EQ music in a while. What am I doing? Alright. Let me go to my EverQuest playlist. Playlist. Is that all just EQ? Where is EQ2? Alright, we'll go to EQ2. I get the feeling it's going to be louder than the last things I may need to pop over. So I've grabbed latest Ollie. And I just fetched again just in case. Oops. Alright, so let's look. Belt on. Wait, wrong guy. You. Yes, you. Music good enough level for you guys? We've got a skeleton that's it's not gonna you know, I mean, we can maybe use the model if we completely rework it, but I'm super not into the skeleton that we had made. Need to get this thing positioned properly. But EQ2 early came back when Echoes of Fedor was released. GPA skeleton looked great and sounded great all around. I don't remember if I was playing then. For some reason. Basically, if it wasn't in the first year or so, then I didn't play it. When did I start streaming? Oh, well, I started streaming here and EQ related stuff. Maybe like June? I think so. April, May, June, yeah. So yeah, that would make sense. Commanders, thank you very much for 5 months. May? Okay. Yeah, because I was streaming on D Live in January and February, and then stopped that. Oh, you checked your follow date? Cool. Yeah, Bunny's been here since day one. Yeah, time is flying. I've noticed as I've gotten older, it has a tendency to do that. You're sitting here with your fingers on a W, Z, like you're actually gonna do something. Thoughts on auto attack stance animations? You mean shifting stance to an auto attack idle? I'd like to look at it. I'd like to look at it. Yeah. If we don't like it, we won't, you know, if we don't like it, we don't like it, but I think it's worth taking a look at. Because once you're in auto attack, I mean, you've defined the state. So that said, ultimately it's going to come down to like what it looks like. Like the plate with row bottoms, kind of an Inquisitor look. Yeah, it made me think of the Erudites as well. Didn't the Erudites rock a style like that? Hold on, let me give him his hood as well. Well, that doesn't work. That doesn't quite work as... It's not as smooth. This hood doesn't work as well. They had it all built in. You'd actually have to have the... I've seen... I know what you're... Like, as soon as you said it, Bunny, like, I pictured a bunch of them that I personally don't like either. but I think it's worth looking at before we just say no. Because it's one of those things too where it's an animation. It's not a huge investment for us to take a look and then iterate and see if we can make something that feels nice. Because state-specific animations can be really nice, like sneak animation, or if we do something interesting with like dragon corpses, or you know, just all sorts of stuff. So it depends on if you're planning on sheathing weapons or not. Forced sheathing of weapons, I think we've discussed in the past. And the general vibe was no, I don't like this idea of like I hit auto attack and it's like it's doing it. I'd almost rather be a state that I can put myself in, like be in an emote or something. But again, we'll have to look at that. Einsteiger was right. There is time is relative. The longer we are alive, the faster it goes. Yeah. Oh man, sometimes it's weird and stressful when you think about like, oh shit. Well, it's also kind of motivational when I'm feeling a little when I'm feeling a little drag ass and need inspiration. It's actually kind of good to remind myself of how quickly all this is going to go. Like I joined Sony early in 2000. You know, we're coming up on like 22 years ago. And honestly, it feels like maybe 3 or 4 years. And that's even with DC Universe Online, which was like 5 years. And 3 of those years were miserable. So. Opinion is no forced sheathing, but yes, forced unsheathing and having the option to put them away. I agree with Bunny. Only thing sheathing is when shit clips and with cloaks and stuff. So the whole sheathing thing, I'd like to have as part of a discussion with I'll pop over there. I'd like to have as part of a discussion with overall attachments and stuff, which is something we still want to explore. So, and that one may be good for us to have the initial discussion amongst ourselves, so we can violently agree or disagree or whatever we're gonna do, and that way we're not just sitting on stream doing it. But plans for visible backpack and or pouches. So the concepts, if you look at the second iteration of the concept, so let's go to the quick concepts that they did for us. If you look here, you'll see that there are no sheaths or pouches or doodads or jars or vials or whatever. And then if you look at these, yeah, it was a request that we put in because there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to really explore a bit. Some of it is facial hair and hair in general, attachments such as this sort of stuff. I mean, look how badass this thing is with the scrolls hanging off of it. And then if you look at he's got a badass quiver, he's got a cape, no, cloak, shoulder cape. He's got the quiver across his back, lower back. That's great. Pouches. So yeah, if we can pull off capes, cloak, cowls, backpacks, quivers, pouches, vials, all sorts of stuff, then that would be cool. Yeah, so outward as a reference has definitely come up a bunch, and it's definitely very cool. Yeah. Well, there's just something adventurous about backpack. And just, I even when we were giving feedback on the plate guys, right? It was like, you know, dude's got his whole armor and giant wing helmet and shit. But even having some stuff, I can imagine a backpack on somebody in plate or half plate or the sleek guy or whatever. It's like, so I think it's absolutely worth exploring, and we will have to dig up more specific outward reference as we're doing it. Let me hit play. They had a really nice cloak to go worse too. Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely show. I mean, why not explore some of this? Why not try some of it out? And Pattis the Ranger approves of quivers. Shocking. Don't mind clipping with weapons so much, but it really irritates me is a thing where some games your weapons are a different size when they're... Yeah, that is. I don't mind clipping that much, to be honest, either. Oh, Knuckle Dragger said, one day you're doing night jumps and can't drink at the NCO club. The next day you're at a pinning ceremony of your favorite West Pointer as he gets his first star. It was weird. One of my army buddies, well, I won't say buddy. And if you're watching a stream in secret, sorry. But we can discuss why. You know what you've done. So army guy I know, talked to recently as he's retiring. He's like, I don't know, command sergeant major or something. It was just like, how the hell did you do that? I remember when the guy got in trouble. I think he got in trouble and our platoon sergeant had a write-up on him or something in his office. So he attempted to break into the platoon sergeant's office. And we had like a 3-day weekend coming up right before then. So he broke into the platoon sergeant's office, I guess, to steal the paperwork. Like, what are you going to do there? Anyway, got caught. He had to wear full NBC gear. And for those of you that aren't army people, it's basically the nuclear, biological, chemical gear. So he had to wear like his full plastic outfit, gas mask, all of his riot gear, rucksack, everything, and he had to guard the office the whole weekend. It was constant shit with that guy. Yeah, Mop 4. And he just stayed in and stayed in. He's, you know, hanging out with generals and shit now. Which makes me terrified for the defense of this great nation. Sahib, thank you for the follow. Okay, so Bunny sent over some images from Guild Wars 2. Let me... Can I make this bigger? Oh, I can't. That's fine. I like the little fringe at the bottom. Oh, cool. And then she's got... What do you have here? Is this just like an asymmetrical pauldron, or is that your weapon sheath? You got a nice big hood. Oh, it's part of your outfit. And then you got quiver here. And then... This is you... Bunny, I don't want to be offensive, but yeah, it's super comfy looking. They got a slider or something that you adjusted here? No? Because you're just a Norn? Are Norns thicker from the waist down? Alright then. Nothing wrong with that. So those of you that were not here Tuesday, say hello to our new friends. We're slowly replacing our capsules with wonderful new critters. And then we'll do something special for the capsules later on. To be fair, I looked like that when I wore my storm pants for reenactment. Sometimes the fit looks thick. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. That's my natural shape as well. Especially when I'm wearing ski pants. Yep. Capsule bats are moving on to their next job. And so we've got the capsule... Well, we've got the bats replacing the capsule bats. We've got... Our rats are in. And if I can find a snake somewhere. I keep seeing these shadows and thinking they're snakes. We're gonna invis up in a second and run down to the river and see what that looks like. And the more I see the snake just coming straight at you, the more I'm like, maybe we don't need to animate it. I'm just kidding. Fizzle. Oh shit. It's gonna be one of those types of games. Do I have Steamviz? EverQuest snakes are animated. I just wanted to have they've got a pretty simple animation, but they're animated. It's like basically if you took 4 points or something, it kind of goes like... Oh! Yeah, I can take screenshots without my capsule being in there. Were you looking in the lantern viewer, Zukin? Granted, I haven't been around since day one, but it feels like things are moving really fast. They're moving at a very good rate. I think it's a little easy if you're somebody that's... if you're either on the team or you're someone that watches the stream pretty regularly, it's probably easy to be like, oh my god, what's taking so long? But it's based on my experience. It's taken us as long to get this far as I've seen projects just even get the sort of green light to really get started in corporate environments. I mean, a year is a long time, but it's also very, very, very very short when you're, you know, just wanting to get stuff done as fast as possible and all that, which I keep fizzling. Oh man. I'm gonna go sit over here and I don't know that I even need to worry about it, to be honest. Nothing's gonna attack me. Very impressed with the landscape. Thank you. We've got a new member of the team that's going to be working on refining this. He's in here. Pattis, say hello. But we are requiring that he does at least this good of a job. Dude, I just saw the Dune movie. Jasmine and I watched the Dune movie last weekend. I wasn't sure what I was going to think because I like the original so much, but the movie's beautiful. I definitely didn't care about the characters anywhere near as much as I did in the original. Just rewatched the original not too long ago. But it was good. It was a pretty movie. Oh yeah, it seems like it's following a better pace. It didn't try to jam everything into one movie, but then again, I'm no expert on the book. Belfaster said, "Is there some Unity magic to get models to conform to terrain nav mesh, or do we lean into having the leaning snake thing, where they follow the geometry?" We'll have to see what it feels like as we're doing the animation. Because we want to do some procedural stuff with the animations, and we'll see how those things work together. Oh my goodness, it's dark. Wait for the moons to come up all the way so I can see a little bit better. Used to it so it doesn't upset me or anything. Just didn't know if it's a symptom of 1999 and Unity has some quick and easy solution for that stuff. It definitely feels like it was part of how the engine was handling it back then. Like it was just, there wasn't much you could do. Wish I could summon a cloud of fireflies. We'll get down here. Let me try to invis myself again. Oh well. Good try. You got class today, Pattis? Ooh, pretty oasis. What we're coming down here to look for. So this is essentially a year of work by a really small team. Yes. It was what? How many of us prior to when we you know, the bulk of the time it was Ollie, Bunny, Nick, me. Ham came in and then was away for a couple months. Provided the illustrations and stuff. I'd feel bad if I'm forgetting anybody. We had a couple of people sort of pop in and pop out. Especially in the very, very, very early period. Yeah, and then since then we've grown the team. You know, went from 4 or 5 people to I think we're at 9, 10 at the moment. Yeah, so John just put in the water this evening. Looks good. I'm going to continue to sort of see if there's some way to push and have it feel, basically, can it look like this, but also look a bit more painted like the sand, but without necessarily losing anything. I know it's not very good direction. Yeah, I mean, we can, we can talk a bit about how much we've spent. At some point maybe we could sit down and just sort of run through it. The fact that Ali has been hammering on code stuff and figuring out little hacks and this and that has been very helpful on the budget side. None of the teams taking any cash. We've bought one PC. We have mainly spent money on concept art, key art for the textures and stuff. So the stuff that we've shown for like Marie and that stuff. The original Holt model, the paint overs of the Holt model, and some of those textures we're using directly in here, right? Like if you look at the walls and things like that. We had a skeleton made that we're just not going to use. So that was like one of the only kind of... Hey, Dave. We're running through finances. And then everything else has been lawyers, right? And all of that's still been like under... probably under 15 grand. Dave, thank you for the raid. All of Dave's people. If you haven't been here in a while, if you've been a part of a previous Dave raid, then you'll see some new stuff. So we're looking at, we've got some new water added in here. Ooh, that was kind of nice. Oh man, it's real dark at night. I don't have a very good light source. Apologies. This water looks too good to be here. How dare you? What are you trying to say about here? Well, but I was just saying that we like it, but I'm wary of anything that shines in our game, even though it's kind of cool on the water, and want to make sure that we keep the style consistent. Oh, John, we have to figure out how to handle the water for this part where it comes out and down. You're joking in the stream? I like the stream pun. Alright, let's see how the water does here. Oh, it's flowing. You got it flowing. You're right. It is flowing. Now it actually needs a current as well. It needs to push me down. We definitely want the flow. Yeah, EQ water. We had discussed going with that sort of approach. I mean, you've seen our torches. Ooh, glowy jellyfish would be awesome. How about I restate that? Glowy jellyfish will be awesome. Not deep enough for me to swim. Oh, do you test memory and processor demand? Will you be able to toggle between this dynamic water and a simple flat, no reflection, etc.? If we get to a point where we find that things like this water, etc. Oh God, why did I come over here? Oh man. All right, I'm just gonna die in a second, I think. Maybe I can outrun them? Oh, jeez. There's a zone... is this zone functioning? I think it is. Let me try to get to a zone line before I die. So... Ixar Monkey, yeah, the fact that we're always in here and we're going to be playtesting sooner rather than later with more and more folks. Yeah, we're always going to be conscious of it. As Bunny said, Ollie wants this thing to run on a toaster, so... Oops. That happens sometimes. Zoned right out of the game. So, Dave, yes. Dave said there has to be something in the game where the stream strength takes you downstream while you're in the water, but at a given swimming skill, you can get to the hidden thing behind the waterfall. Yes, and I would like there to be a difference between water types. I've had this fetish for this concept ever since like Ultima 3 or Ultima 4. Like there should be swimmable water. It's like where it's a little bit stiller. And then there should be like dark water where once you hit it and maybe the visual changes, it would be, I'm assuming 2 volumes. And when you get into like heavy current or dark water, essentially, you're just hosed, right? Like, so if it's the sea, it'd be like undertow. If it's rivers, like a stream's one thing, but if you hop in a river, you get trounced, you drown faster, you get whirled till you hurled down the current. It's just, and the reason for that is like, it's cool to be able to swim places and explore and have that, and then have your swimming skill increase. And it's really fun in EverQuest to run and swim and find places. But it'd be really neat if you had to get a boat at some point, or you had to, you know, consider getting on the ferry to cross the river, and it's not just, oh, who cares? It's just a little bit of water I'm going to swim through real quick, right? You're forced to take that bridge, that kind of thing. So that's the kind of stuff that I'd like to play with a little bit and see if it feels just forced or lame or whatever. Did I zone into something that doesn't exist at the moment? Scene to load is invalid. That may be what happened. We'll have to check that. Oh yeah, in different water types, so like slow you down, boggy, sludgy stuff. Demon injected. I could see that being fun as well. Brain eating amoebas in the water. I was a lot of my family lives in Florida. I was born in Florida, so brain eating amoebas. It's a thing we worry about there. Let me see if that zone is just not going to load for me. Okay. Let me log into a different tune then. Guild Wars 1 has water that snares and water that poisons. Perfect. See? We have precedent. Oh yeah, and then you have to take a little boat over, like, even if it's not even that deep of water, it's just, you don't want to get poisoned or sucked under. Grabbed by the undertowed. Like you jump off the boat early because you're impatient and then you get thrashed in the surf trying to come to shore and die. Yes, I think people will enjoy that. Where's Amaloner at? What is a deep dwarf? They are a different race of dwarf. You will learn more soon. Can you set all your skills to 100 when you log in with that level 4 and see if you're still chain puzzle? Well, this guy's level 4 as well. Let me try to cast the spell first. Oh. So we just today got the model in for our new robed person. We were looking at that. I'll hop out of game in a minute and play with it some more. So I plopped them in here really quick just to see what it looked like in here. Can you have world objects that are only active when there is sunlight shining on them? Yes. Oh. Nick and I were talking about chatbot style NPC interactions, especially I was thinking like pooled dialogue for common knowledge for, say, citizens of a town. So everybody kind of knows where the bank's at, kind of thing. Or most people do. And so when we started talking about that, I actually thought of you. Undead cow makes your milk go bad. I feel like I missed something earlier. Oh, wait. Oh, we should have creatures like ghast and RuneScape that spoil your food when they touch you. That's kind of interesting as well. It was weird, like, reading about how powerful ghosts were in Dungeons and Dragons. Not reading about, I was watching a video, actually. One of the D&D guys' videos. They, like, permanently steal experience from you, or levels, or skill points, or all sorts of weird shit. Does the height of your Deep Dwarf Blue Pill, compared to the rogue character show the actual Deep Dwarf? No. And this guy, I don't think he's a deep... Is he a Deep Dwarf? Could have sworn he was a human. So we already have pets, right? Like I can summon a pet. Ooh, Fizzle. You got it on the second one. Let me cast some spells like I said I was going to 3 minutes ago, Nick. Sorry. Fizzle. So far, my evocation is at 20 now. Do the skeletons have eyebrows? They have eyes, but if you'd rather picture this as one big unibrow, you can do that as well. You also like Warcraft 2 idea of when you keep asking the same question to the NPC, they get mad at you. So I'm very curious about how to get a system in that basically pulls from like a common pool of responses, but can modify them maybe a little bit, both based on the NPC, but also the NPC's location. That'd be kind of fun. Nick's on it, Dave. Alright, let me cast another spell. Fizzle, fizzle. It's, you're right, it is a loop of... It's the E2 main theme extended. It's like 31 minutes of the theme. We're going to Landmark. Nick and I were talking about fun pet variety as well. Yeah, I'm fizzing a lot more than I was before, Nick. Well, it's one of those things, rather than have it be random, it's just different, different ones that you could summon. And so maybe you wanna go get the fancier pet. You just have to have the right reagents. Let's see. I enjoyed eventually getting a Spectre pet, you know. Yeah, well, I think there's all sorts of variety and vanity that we could put in there, right? And again, since we're not selling the vanity, it's content. It's stuff that we can have you go out and quest for, or I'll need to settle. I'm gonna med and then I'll set my skill points and see what happens, Nick. We need to keep recasting pets to get the best level. No, I think they were just talking about that up there, above. Instead of full chatbot style, use tables for the common data, so they have to fill in, so they can fill in the blank chat style. Yeah, I mean, in terms of implementation, I kind of was guessing that would be like the route that we could take. Golden Gloves, Nick. It's funny on that one. It's my little Necro on P99. I swear most of my bone chips have just gone towards trying to get a decent pet. I'm gonna mess up your name again. If you I swear I've seen the name before. I'm just gonna call you Ang for now. And give me a phonetic spelling, that would be awesome. Just throw your 2 cents out, but if you are having a map system, though maybe not as deeply detailed, could you just have the NPC say something like, let me show on your map, and then highlight map? So, we've discussed putting a map in that's just a static map. It's just like a real life paper map that you can look at, and you've got to kind of figure out where you're at. And that's as far as we're gonna go per the last discussions on it. And we'll see how that goes. Let's see. What's the set skill? What about static map that's initially blank that fills itself in as you explore? No indicator though. I've always liked Fog of War, but I think we've talked about it before. I've heard good arguments against it, but I can't remember what they are. So we'll have to revisit that. Just in that it kind of feels a bit gamey, and as much as I like the, you know, the general idea of exploring and discovering. Don't want player map makers like we used to do. Again, this is one of those areas where we've discussed a lot of ideas with regards to how to get the map in, or things that we can do with, you know, maybe a skill or something, but it's still going to come down to we want it to be as dumb as possible. I don't know that we should allow lokes, to be honest. I was thinking about that weeks and weeks ago. I don't know that I like the loke command, but it helps me find my corpse. I don't know. So is remembering what you're near. If there's a map, I like the idea of needing to buy one for a region. Yeah. So what Bunny was just saying is kind of interesting as well. You can make them very medieval maps where it's not very specific, vague pictures, and then you can maybe get different quality ones, or maybe it improves. I don't know. So we'll play with it. For now, just assume the default answer is a dumb paper map. I just like this idea of, instead of it being like, where are you? I'm at these coordinates. I like the idea of where are you? Like, make people really think about, I died near the pointy rock. Right? Like, teach, because it's teachable. If you've got Loki and you've got corpse recovery, or, you know, corpse runs, then people learn to, you know, use Loke. But if you've got corpse recovery and you don't have Loke, then people learn to die near some shit that you can remember. Yeah, Dave, that kind of stuff is cool. So the intent would be to like, if there are dumb maps, maybe not even sell them, or the majority of them. Maybe some zones you can get a map from a merchant or via a quest, but then have it be something where it's more of a collection and assembly, kind of like research. Yeah, like you're saying, components, collect reagents, craft a map, and then you have a sellable item. You know, the goal is for us to make everything slow and expensive. So we'll see how it goes. Is fine, by the way. Would a quest system make a map quest reward? Have it basic viewpoints into a more detailed map by finding more locations, make it completely optional. So, you know, there's certain themes that we're talking about, right? And it's preserving the discovery, making sure that it's not sort of a GPS or a pingable type thing, and maybe encourage a certain degree of player interaction or a certain sense of acknowledging player sophistication if they're capable of making it. So I think we'll start with like those outcomes, and then we'll just work through it when the time comes for us to actually implement it. So. I like Bunny just sent an example of and then maybe have them be roughly representational. Yeah. So Drodak, I think there's a lot of stuff that we can have fun with that will ultimately be made obsolete by wikis and things like that. But if it's convenient just to hit M and bring your map up in game if you've got one, as opposed to having the map on another screen, and folks are having fun with it, then probably okay. Knuckle Dragger, you laugh, but Ollie's got a lot of... Our dear farmer friend Ollie has got a lot of big and great ideas for trade skills, and we're not joking when you say harvest the raw mat, spin the thread the yarn the textile. I mean, I could see Ollie being like, first you collect the silkworms, then you uh-oh, I can't see where I'm going. Collect the silkworms, let them grow, collect their silk. Oh, badass. Yeah, so... Oh, man. John, the water right now looks really, really cool. Light source interaction. Day, night. I'm bobbing up and down like a lunatic. Hey, Maze. Oh. Isn't said the landscape in general is just great? Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. The game's just kind of coming along. In the last few sessions, if you haven't seen oh, I know what you mean. If you haven't seen the latest update, check out it's update 15. It's the latest update on the website. There's plenty to look at there. Yeah. Most dang spy, what's going on? And don't forget to sign up for the mailing list. Here, let me do this as well. I need to get in my little Stream Deck and make buttons for these things so I don't have to type them in each time. Yeah, Dave. Oops. I'm out of water. I should get some more. Bunny just sent me the map to get from Ireland to Rome. Man, they I wonder what the distance is between each one of these points that they're using to navigate. You also turned the map as you went. How people found shit back in the day is beyond me. Thank you very much, Yizen. Voynich, that's not the weird manuscript, is it? Dave said, I also love resource gathering from the world like WoW with herbs and minerals, but New World had too many resources. Cool to be walking by and be like, oh my god, rich thorium, and have to fight over it with other players. I think we've been discussing something maybe in the middle, but definitely inspired by WoW and well, I loved the clickies. I loved all the sparklies in EQ2. I like having things in a world to pick up. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily need to be every 3 feet. So I'm just going to run around a little bit more for those of you that that haven't been here in a bit. Nick, you wrote a bug up here. There was a... Is it that you can't pass through here? Is that the bug? The hidden wall brings you into the front of the shop instead of the back only. The hidden wall is meant for you to be able to pass from here into the alleyway and then into here. And then you can climb over these. You can walk right next to the door into the shop. Hold on. Hug the wall that the door is on. Oh, yeah, that's a bug. That's what you mean. Yeah, I don't know why the collision's turned off there. Yeah, this is weird. I should modify this texture, though, for this wall that you can pass through and put like a little one of those Zelda nicks in it. But if we go with, Zukin was saying, if we go with some that are mechanical and some that are illusions, maybe some of the illusion ones have a different texture. Maybe if your perception's high enough, you see like a little shimmer. Okay, I can, I'm pretty sure I can remember to fix this bug. Because that's just bug. I don't know how the collision got turned off there, but... Uh-huh. Alright, let me get somewhere. Sun's about to come up, and so we'll run around here with some sunlight, but let me get somewhere with a view. So I do a lot of running around. Those of you that haven't been around for a while, it's probably worth just sort of pointing out how many of the core systems are in place. We're going to do a write-up. We just did update 15, which was primarily art focused. We're going to do another update that shows off the just all the functionality that's been done. And it's going to be a big update. And stuff that's being worked on in the background right now is we've been doing some geo work for natural like walls, rocks and stuff. That's been coming along nicely. Pattis has been hitting on that, and then we're going to switch over and start working on the new structures, the actual legit, not placeholder blocks that I put in, structures that that we'll use to start to redo the design of the city, redo the layout. So came up here so you could see a bit, and then we'll go back down so you can see things with some sunlight. So yeah, for those of you that haven't been around, working merchants, working bankers, working UI, working chat, working pets, a nice collection of spells and abilities. Banks Global. For the time being, I assume they are. We still need to discuss. And also define what bank space looks like. And in the phase 2, so basically we're finalizing phase 1, which is essentially all the core functionality. And then in phase 2, we'll be looking at tweaking the functionality and decisions to see if we can get the feel that we like. Non-global banks make me instantly hate a game instantly. Well, Dave, you're tempting me. So, Stubens, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was reading a post on Massively OP earlier today where they were talking about what was the question on here? I think it was, let me find it. So there was a question on Massively OP in the last couple of days that was, son of a gun, I can't find it. Okay, the Daily Grind. Justin had posted it. Does the idea of running an MMO shop appeal to you? And then someone mentioned in there they would love to be a merchant class. It's tolerable in a game like Skyrim, but not an MMO. Let me use my shit. I don't know, man. I mean, I absolutely get the argument. But maybe you just got too much shit, or maybe you need to have your shit situated in the right place. Maybe you can pay to have your shit delivered. Maybe you need to get your shit together. Exactly. And you can pay to have a caravan deliver it. Yep. What if you put your stuff in a faction bank and then lose faction? Then you're going to have to re-get your faction. Tiltfish said, a mod I used to play had a merchant class. What do you guys think of merchant class? Wish Ollie was on. So we have ideas for, we've got a lot of fun trade skill ideas. So that's already covered. The whole should it be a class is just randomly based off that comment I read earlier. We've got, I think in the code already, we've got things defined like etiquette trade skill. I would love to go deep on some sort of diplomacy. What if banks are less, it's less of your primary means of storage. Like, what kind of bank is letting you keep all your dead rats and shit? Dragon heads. All your weapons. Even in Texas, I don't think they let you store weapons in your bank. At least mine didn't. Swiss Bank don't care. I don't think that's true. Especially not anymore. Nice water is an acquired asset. So John set it up. It's a, how would you describe it? It's essentially an asset, but it's a configurable, I'd want to call it a system, but if Pilgrim's out there, he can maybe answer that and more. But yeah, it's essentially something where we're purchase and tweak. Asset called Crest. Bubonic Blade. Thank you for month 3. Ooh, you know what? Let's first of all, I'll run by. No, I've already done that. We've already looked at them. I'm gonna run and we'll hop on the boat. Is that water expensive? Like, does it do some actual simulation, or is it just textures or something? It's really nice looking. Maestrin asked. Oh man, I got confused. I need bubbles. Haku QT also said the water looks so good. Everybody's being very nice about the water. Good job, John. My seaweed still down here? Oh man, this murky water sketches me out. Yeah, still down there. Okay. So, Pilgrim / Shawn said, it simulates based on real world wave spectrums, and it seems to be very well optimized for what it does. Yeah, golden gloves. I didn't. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss the boat. Do I have... Oh my god, no. Come on. Come on. You... No. 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 Oh my god. I won't be able to get on. Oh, I could use spy. Fair point. Fair point. I'll just cheat. I'll cheat. Thank you, Gary. And thank you for putting it in there. Oh, nice. Sunset boat ride. Y'all are getting the grand tour. Goodbye, Night Harbor. We need arrow up to repeat messages. Now attack the boat? No, sir. You've learned us that lesson. Oh, is it just, yeah, okay. We'll do that. I had to cheat this time. Oh, look how nice it is. Oh, look at the reflection from the torches on it. You guys see that back there? Wow. Oh man, kind of makes me miss the beach. Is it fogged? It's not quite matched with the water reflections. Oh, in the distance? Or are you talking about the white spot? The waves and foam? Water was much bluer with than the skybox horizon when it was daytime. Oh, I think that's just meant to replicate like the content of the water, right? It's not just reflection, it's like tinted by the actual, I guess, water volume. Sorry, bang the mic. My pet's doing okay on the boat. He's only freaking out a little bit. So we'll take the. Oh, I meant to log out and log back in on a boat and see what happened. Save that experiment. We'll take the full tour. Then we can look at the. Then I'll pop out of here, and then we can look at the various, turning the various pieces off and on with the player model. We did that earlier, but for those of you that missed it, man, this between the you know, this skybox that we have in here and the lighting and the ship and sort of cruising along here very, very slowly. I forget who I was saying this to, but it made me, I think I was saying it to Ham yesterday or sometime. Makes me want to throw in like another zone just over here, super quick. And have it be like a little bit of shore and just mountains so you can't go through it. Just another water zone so that we can zone on the boat. Once that's in, I don't know if that's actually in yet. And then maybe it goes down. We'll have a little island that we can throw some greenery on. You were talking about this a while back. We should totally do a simple island zone. Yeah. So I'm going to pretend like I thought of it first yesterday though. And then we should do it. Yeah. Yeah, when we were looking at the map of those things, I remember that night when we were looking at like just how dead ass simple those were. But figure throw one in and then, you know, later on when we want to throw some pine trees and other stuff on there. Give it a little palette shift, biome shift. I'll be real honest with you. The map, no, it looks nothing like complete past. You can't see here because it's nighttime, but all of that over there is just not done. So we'll have to whip it into shape. Now that I think about it, Pattis, now that you're on the team, and I mean, Zukin, you can help as well, but I'm thinking about environments. I forgot that I have somebody that's an actual instructor that can instruct me on how to improve, and I can keep plugging away at things like, I mean, I really did enjoy making this base mesh and stuff. You know, the environment stuff in Blender is kind of liberating to be able to make stuff. Because then if I can, you know, if we find that, if we look at like this base terrain and we go, this is acceptable, but we're getting the better, you know, object assets and stuff like that, you know, for mountain pieces and things of that nature, then I'm more than excited to go in and knock out some terrains for, you know, base terrains and stuff for zones. Get that. Then you can teach me how to do whatchamacallit, the now I'm spacing on it. Why am I spacing on this? The sheets that have like multiple textures and stuff. Trim sheet. Every time I hear Opatis, instant student question, what do you say? Yeah, so I was just saying that I enjoyed making a lot of this stuff, and given that you're an instructor, I might be able to help you with the environment stuff. You can just teach me the shit that I'm doing wrong, and I'll keep cranking on some of the base meshes and things like that, because I enjoyed making the terrain and you know, some of the objects and stuff, so. Movement in water is tripping you out? Oh, you're on a boat, that's why? Yeah. Yeah, golden gloves. If you don't have the /fly command like I do, then you would have been stuck on the dock with your new best friend, so we're definitely leaning into that option for you. I want river boats as well. Man, I want river boat. A boat that just goes up a damn river. Zone after zone. And ferries that cross the river or over to other islands. Also very cool. Rivers in general, yeah, we need, as we're doing the map, we need to make sure. I was telling Ollie I really want a river that comes out on this other side of Shaded Dunes, and then we debated whether or not a real world river would actually go through a desert like that and stuff. So, but I would love to have that be the first river you encounter, and then it can take you up somewhere. There are some really good videos on YouTube for trim sheet. But I think it does require a certain level of fundamental understanding that I just didn't have. So I have questions. Look at any D&D cartography group and see the endless rage discussions regarding them. Man, people need to chill. I said this last time as well, so sorry if I'm being redundant for the frequent flyers, but can you imagine how badass it's going to be when you're rolling up on this ship for the first time? You've never been to Night Harbor. We got the Finnish Night Harbor over here. Beautiful water. Even better skybox with beautiful painted moons. Ollie did an experiment one afternoon. I was watching him. He was streaming on Discord, and he just put like a simple moon picture as a texture on here, and it actually improved it so much more than I would have guessed. Do you think the boat needs a torch? We can make that happen. But it brought it to life so much more than just the disc. It was crazy. But yeah, look at that out there. That looks pretty damn good. We should probably maybe speed up the boat a little bit as well. Skeletal minions, like, don't speed it up. I can barely hang on. He looks like how I felt one night after eating too much very strange candy in California and then going to dinner. Just hold on for dear life. Man, I really like seeing the torch reflections. No, I was about to say, and it's not shiny. I'm lying to myself and saying that those reflections are being hand painted in real time. It's not shiny. I know you're messing with me. It should feel hand painted. Ishiwatari, yes. We have boats. We've got crazy water. I love that you're watching the progress. What about finger painted or foot painted? If you're really good at it, or if you're one of those elephants that can paint. Oh man, oh, we watched the sun come up over the water the other night and it was pretty dope. All right, so I'm gonna hop out of here and look at the scene again, and then we'll look at that model again for those of you that may have missed it. So again, we just sent out. Whoa. Oh, interesting. What's going on here? Well, that's a pretty interesting effect. Yeah, we I had faked a green. I took our water texture and made it green. So we'll have to make a new special water volume or however you're doing it, John. All right. So for those of you that missed it, we got the model that we're showing the pictures of. We got that dropped this morning, so got it in. It's rigged so we can play around with atoms and stuff in the coming month. But if we look here, we'll go back to here. We'll expand this and that and that and that. Maestrin, yeah, they are. So if you want to see like sort of the evolution of the model, I think it's update number 7 on the website. You can see sort of the evolution of it. And so let's play with some of the pieces now. Belt off. Well, let me slow down. So, belt off, belt on, belt off. Boots. Cape piece there. Hood. Lower robe. Arms. Nice vest. All he needs is a coffee cup and he can make YouTube videos. You thought Capsule Guy was final art? I'm sorry. We may just do a capsule server just for the people that can't get over it. We're not joking about the idea of trying to get capsule plushies made so we can sell them to you. Upper robe off. Lower robe. This song got really quiet. There we go. Enchanter epic item. Clicky turns people into capsules. Just think, there may be a whole generation of player that they're not even aware of the capsules. One day there will be players that didn't even know such a thing existed. You guys will be the coolest. You know how everybody's like, I was in Alpha 1 or I was in pre-Alpha 03. You can actually let people know that you were here when there were satellite bats and capsule men. So, what are you guys thinking so far? Digging it? Cool. Nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did this earlier. If you missed it, we'll have to ever since I flew down through that water, I feel like got a little bit of the little rendering lag. Spooky. Oh. Did they send... I'm curious if they sent a PSD for these textures. That'll be something we have to talk to them about. I definitely want to be able to get into the layers of the textures and make adjustments and tint colors and all that stuff. Excuse me. What is that? It's just a PNG. All right, we're gonna want the PSDs. Let me find this guy real quick. I can't just do it like that. Oh well. Feel sorry for the guy though. Such heavy clothes in the desert sunshine must be rather uncomfortable. Well, nope. Ollie rocks the long sleeves and the robe, and he says it's very comfortable. Plus, you know, this guy's magical. He's got like he's got the ability to use magic to keep himself cool. Oh man, okay. I'm digging around in files that they sent over on my other screen. Sorry about that. Yeah, I cannot wait to start playing around with the animations and stuff. No, I don't think so. Not intentionally. Let me look at settings. Oh wow, it's turned up to 125 all of a sudden. But that just happened, Nick, right? Like it was normal a second ago. Maybe there's a keystroke? Maybe there's like a hotkey that I didn't realize? Flintlock, thank you very much. Oh, so anyway. We have 860, 870 people on the mailing list. If you're not on the mailing list, it would be really cool if you could sign up. There's the link. So please sign up so that we know, you know, generally speaking, how many people are interested, right? Because, you know, we've got metrics of people that may watch the EQ VODs, but they're not specific to M&M. We got metrics on people visiting the website, but you know, visiting a website, it happens. We can look at some of the viewer metric on Twitch. That's fine. But I think unless I'm missing something, we really don't have a means of sort of seeing who's actively interested in the project by, you know, you did something like click a thing, right? So I think that's that's a better metric for us. You know, we've got Discord. Please join the Discord as well. You know, that's always cool, but we have like 800 and yeah, like I said, 870 almost people on the mailing list. And I think Discord, we probably have like 300 people or something, 3 something. So again, Discord's great, but in terms of a base, almost 500. Okay, I stand corrected. Oh, I tend to just look at who's on. Oh, really? Okay, so be sure to sign up for Discord as well so that we can hit 500 and we can look at the metrics there. And it's one of those things where we're not going to spam you. We don't, you know, it's not like we sell data or any of that shit. For us, it's honestly just a good way of seeing who's aware of the project and who's interested. And as things are coming together the way it is, right, more and more we're going to be getting to that point where things start to get more and more real. 394. Okay, I thought it was in the 300. A good way to measure metrics would be to allow us to download and log into the client based on the number of us logged in is the number that is interested. But how are we going to get you the link to download the client if you're not on the mailing list? Kind of a catch-22. What's the best way to keep an eye on potential team openings? Discord, website, and you know, we will make mention of it on here without a doubt, right? But definitely keep an eye on Discord And if you check out the Discord, we actually had posted, we have an open roles like category, and we had posted our last open roles there. So should we hide the open role channel? No, I was thinking leave them up so people could see. Well, they're locked though, huh? I think, yeah, so when we filled it, we locked them. But if people can still see it, I don't think it hurts for people to see a past job posting so they can kind of see what the general requirements are. But yeah, those of you that have been watching since we started last year, hopefully you can judge by the progress we've been making that this thing is being taken seriously and moving along pretty consistently. I can't even apply to be a coffee boy because it's all remote, right? Is there a virtual coffee boy position available? Do you know somebody at a coffee company? If you can get us free coffee, then we can consider it. You actually do? Well, see. So it's interesting looking at the capsule relative. You missed how to get on the mailing list? Here you go. There's a link to the mailing list. Griffith, thank you very much for asking. Golden Glove said, Nick, I was wondering why I felt I saw you somewhere before. Now I remember from the Pantheon streams. That was a while back. Nick, the one that was training everybody. I accidentally deleted my level 25. Oops. I'm gonna go look at these guys again. As we're redoing things for Night Harbor, we'll be paying pretty close attention to scale, making sure the scale feels right, and making sure that everything feels cozy enough. We don't want everything to feel very sort of huge and blown out. Hey, Jasmine. Does invulnerable work now? Yeah, the capsules are pretty thick. All right, GM invulnerability enabled. Good. And if you've been gone for quite a while, then you may not have seen we've got a little playtest dungeon set up. I gotta say, it's really cool how quickly you guys got the various commands in. It definitely helps with testing and stuff. But yeah, it'll be nice to get the player character model in for spaces like this as well. Just so we can really get a good sense of like what this feels like. Feels like everything could probably be shrunken down, like in terms of corridors and things. Shrunken down like at least 30%. But we'll have to see it. I'm going to take a guess. Actually, I won't. I'm gonna call you Meter Can. Meter Can. Thank you for the follow. Be careful with making spaces too small with third person though. It can lead to very annoying camera, especially low ceiling, super annoying in a game like this. We'll have to see. I think that's one of those areas where it may be a bit debatable. We'll definitely be considering our ogre and troll, you know, size, and we don't want it to be too, you know, smashed in there instantly where you can't even squeeze the camera between like head and ceiling. Unless, I don't know, you're in a halfling dungeon. Excuse me. Or some tight quarter. But when you go back to like the classic, the scale of the dungeons and like original EQ launch, there are definitely some annoying moments, but some of that is you're also, that's what happens when you're that big. It's just there's such a difference in feel between the games that do that. And the more modern ones where it's really accounting for like great sort of quality of life with the camera collision. It's almost like there's no ceiling, you know, it's and we started doing that more and more on EQ. You see it especially starting, where did it start? I know by Plains it was definitely that way, but I'm trying to think if Luckland Dungeon still had sort of normal proportions. Satchel? Yeah, that's true, Nick. Some of it's just making the camera better. It's a fair point. Satchel, it is supposed to be this dark, though. I mean, lighting will be a thing that we play around with, but we're not afraid of the dark. If you like Iron Maiden, then you'll get the reference. But I also have like the shittiest light source. If I had a better light source, which I did at one point tweak my light source on my end and make it brighter and flickery like a torch, and it was pretty good. So yeah, it's mainly my light source at the moment. When I played around with my light source before, let me see if I can do that again, because I haven't done it since then. So it's built into our player prefab, right? Prefab client. I don't remember, where did I adjust it before? Point light here. Okay. Cool. So let me find, because I had posted the thing that I did at one point. So let me look real quick in maybe it's art discussion where I had posted it. So bear with me, guys. Here, images. Now that we got artists and stuff, there's so many images in here. Here we go. So that's for the Flickering Flame script modification. And I set this to intensity 160, kept that at 10, added component, Flickering Flame, and then here 1424 seems good. See if that held. It should, right? Did I need to hit save? And who was I on? There we go. And it's still in the same location and stuff like that, right? So. Do I need to hit invulnerable again? Okay. And so the other thing that's cool about the darkness, which it'll be less visible now that I've got this brighter light source, but like if I, if I'm fizzling. Nick, what is it? Set, is it set abilities one word? Or, you know what I'm shooting for. Set skills. Okay, set all skills. Alright. Oh, cool. It actually shows me all of the... Set all skills 100. Oh, that... Okay. Don't look at the skill spoilers. My shit still fizzled. All right. Cast minor shield. Yeah, so the other thing that's good about, oh, I almost fell in the trap. The other thing that's good about darkness is it'll be fun with our spell effects and various light sources and items that emanate light and all of that stuff. So I don't think so. I just don't think I went far enough. I stopped myself. Maybe The problem with setting the traps in collision, or is it this side? No, it was that side. Is that if somebody comes in and just clicks all of the collision on. I mean, I guess we could... Oh, I wonder if it happened when pathing was being generated at some point? I don't know. It should be there, but it's not anymore. There we go. It's got a new spot. Okay. You said, didn't we take that trap out? I thought you said a different question. Yes. But the secret room still works. Hey Bunny, remember you said there should be a secret room here? So there's a secret room here now. I forgot how much fun it was to turn on GM invulnerability and train an entire zone. Cheating, training, what's next? Nick, if you wouldn't mind logging in, meeting me at the front of the zone. Placeholder. Do the mobs tether? No, because if they... Dude, I'm invulnerable. How are you rooting me? If they tethered, then we couldn't have trains. Is attack stun implemented? Yeah, we've got stun. Whoa. Oh man. Damn. I'm reenacting the last Pantheon video that I saw Nick in. My last trick for the evening will be to train the entire zone. Cast roar. Okay, let me I'm gonna take the shortcut back to the front of the zone and then we'll do it. Oh man. I'm rooted. I'm invulnerable, but I'm rooted. So what happens when I cast Roar and Fear all of them at once? What are you guys doing up there? Come on. If Dave Churchill was still on, he'd be analyzing our pathing right now. All right. It just turned into a rave. I'm a dragon. Did they resist? Yeah, it's AoE Fear. Nick showed it off for the first time. I was... Oh, gee. Oh, man. It's... He's in here now. He showed it off for the first time over by the merchants. And AoE feared all of all of the spell vendors and stuff in town. Looks like I aggroed more. I should have aggroed a ton. I think they're just now catching up to me. AoE Charm is the one that you want to do to players. Whoa. Yeah. It's a, am I gonna crash the desktop zoning? Nope. Made it out clean. Nice. With my fancy new light source. Do mobs aggro other mobs when they are running in fear? Yes. They should be. I'm assuming they're pulsing their assist radius at that point. Otherwise, how do you accidentally train your group when you're fearing a mob? Oh. Oh, I like the bat when I've got a brighter light source. The light sources really help when you're looking at NPCs and stuff. It makes them... I think it makes them look a bit more interesting. Alright, so we'll come look at these dudes. Concept spell that's a powerful dot, but every tick has a small chance to cure the enemy. The flavor, because it hurts so bad. You think people would just be too afraid to use it? I mean, if you got snares and roots and stuff. Yeah. Cool. All right, it's looking good. Looking forward to playing around with the sleeve animations and stuff, seeing how it comes together. Okay. All right. Cool. It's getting near 11 p.m. my time. So yeah, I'll ask again, if you haven't signed up for the mailing list, more and more these days, as we're making progress, as we're getting closer to things like eventual playtests and all of that stuff, it'd be really rad if you signed up for it. I'm gonna keep badgering you. I appreciate every single person that subscribes here, but I would much rather that you sign up for the mailing list, you stay in touch with us on the Discord, you share our information. If you like the progress, Bigrin20, thank you very much. If you folks are appreciating the progress that we've been making with our tiny team, which is now like over doubled in size and capability, which is why you're seeing stuff come along even quicker. Please get the word out, because what we're going to be doing as we go into 2022 is really continuing to wrap up the core functionality, core of the game, the pipelines and the tools and stuff like that. We're going to start getting into the more M&M specific tweaks and changes and additions. Bull EQ, thank you for 8 months. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you've got primes and you want to, share that over, Twitch gets their cut, and then the rest just goes into, the stuff that we spend money on. So our Discord is here. We've got two. We've got the stream Discord, and then we got the Monsters and Memories Discord. Hit up the Monsters and Memories or the stream or both. Dexilab, thank you for the follow. Mailing list, I'll do it one more time. Here. Our website, share it with everybody you know. If you're on various forums and Discords and stuff like that, and you think there are communities that may enjoy this type of game, definitely hit us up. Griffith, thank you very much for the 300 bits. Extremely cool of you. But yeah, so in 2022, things are going to be coming together pretty quickly, and the biggest thing for us, we're making the game either way, right? You can see that we're making the game. We've been really fortunate to have a very active and I think, growing community from the onset, especially since a year ago we were like, hey, you guys think we should make a game? And then we started. So it's moved along pretty quickly. It's a playable game. You can get a feel for the art style. We're mainly focused this first year on functionality and sort of core design and getting the gameplay in and all that. The rest of it's going to be coming together very, very quickly in the coming months. And so we're going to hit a point really where we hopefully can just focus on growing the community in parallel with continuing to develop the game, and then get to a point where we've got the full proof of concept and we can show you we've got a functioning game. We've got, you know what it functions like because we play it. We'll be playing, with folks from the community before it's all over with. And really, you'll see at least one of everything that we're going to be doing. But more and more, you'll be seeing, what you would expect when we scale the game. And the goal is to get to a point where we're basically just going, getting to the end of the proof of concept and looking and going, all right, so how are we going to scale this? Is it going to be something that is more of an early access? Is it going to be something where we just continue to develop openly, but we get funding and we grow it with limited access? we've put off the idea of any sort of crowdfunding or anything like that until we could, at a minimum, show that it's a real game. It's really there. There's not going to be any redesigns or redos or any of that shit. Everything's functioning. Everything's scalable. Everything's good to go. But like, we really just got to look at it because we want to make something. Basically, we want to get the game to a point where we can scale it as quickly as possible, begin scaling it, but we also want to just play with folk, right? So it's going to be that balance of like not putting it out too early and then not having enough game for folks and they, you know, churn and all of that shit. But those of you that have been coming to the stream and hanging out with us for the last year, if you're still hanging out with us now, just listening to me ramble and stuff and us, you know, work from like having boxes and pills and capsules all the way through having a game. The thought is, you know, maybe if you've got access to it and you're playing with us as well, you know, as long as we're extremely open with our plan. By the way, we've got to update the website so it's easier to find the roadmap. If you don't have a link to the roadmap, I don't know if I put one in a chat bot. Anyway, we'll make that more visible for you, but you know, basically, we're going to continue to be completely upfront with our roadmap and our prioritization and shit that we're getting done and just hammering on getting stuff done. So, I don't know. Long sort of end of stream ramble on stuff's coming together, looks good, and next year we really want to get to a point where this thing is just focused on growing the content and scaling. Thank you, Golden Gloves. Yeah. So, and we've got to update that. You know, we've rearranged some milestones. We've got the different phases going. But you can see what we're shooting for, what status things have, and we'll continue to update this over here so you can kind of see as we're going into like phase 2 and redoing those milestones, which it's more rearranging than it is like postponing or anything like that. If anything, we were blowing through the milestones pretty quickly, so we decided to wrap up phase 1 and just go into phase 2. If you don't know what that means, come up here, click on that, and then you can kind of get an idea of what we're doing. So, yep. Cool deal. It's been another fun one. It's been a really fun week, especially with this stuff coming online. And it'll kind of, you know, there'll be lulls. There'll be weeks where there's a bunch of new stuff and it's like, holy shit, everything's nice and shiny and new. And then, you know, there'll be other weeks where it's just us working on the next batch of new stuff or tweaking things or playing with the stuff that we put in before. So, cool. All right. It is 11 o'clock and I have sent out all the links. I'll do it one more time and then I'm going to bed. Thank you again for hanging out with us tonight. Hang out with us in Discord more. And yeah, I will see you on Tuesday. Gute Nacht. Schlaf gut. All right. Thanks again for being here. I will see you on Discord.